Hi everyone, welcome to Self Love Sunday Live. And today, in today's topic, I'm going to be talking about single mum life and how I manage as a single mum. And I think, there's a lot to cover and a lot to share. So I'm looking forward to sharing this because I feel like not many people talk about this and how you manage like on your own. And I think sometimes, when you tell someone that you're a single mom or a single parent, I know there might be some single dads watching as well. Sometimes when you tell someone, they might just be like, "Oh my God, like how do you manage and how do you do that?" And especially if you have come out of a relationship or a marriage and you're on your own, you might just be thinking, "How am I going to do this?" So I really just wanted to open up and share how I manage things. So thank you for those of you who are joining in at the moment as well. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about in terms of how I manage being a single mom, and the first thing, and I think it's quite a big topic and a big subject to talk about, but it's just developing a good co-parenting structure. I think this is really, really important in order for me to have time for myself to rejuvenate my energy so that I can be with the kids fully and give them my full awareness and attention. So I've worked really hard on developing a good amicable relationship with my ex, and that's really important to me because if things are good with him and I can communicate well with him and put a good structure into place where he's looking after the kids and I'm looking after the kids and we know where we're at and where we stand, then I know that life can flow a bit easier. But obviously, I also know at the same time that it's not always possible to have an amicable situation with your ex. And unfortunately, I know of many situations where the dad or even the mum is like completely absent, or they show up late, or they don't even show up at all. And I think that is like really irresponsible. And I think if you have kids, it doesn't matter whatever's going on in your life, you have a responsibility to them. And if you are going through something like that, like, I'm really, really sorry, and I hope that you can work through things to find a way to be able to communicate and to set up a good structure. And I think whatever you can do to be able to get that good structure into place, I really encourage you to do it. Because when you have a good structure with your ex and everyone knows who's responsible for taking of the kids when and where, then it just gives you a good routine. And that routine is also going to be really beneficial for your kids as well. So in terms of like how have I managed to get that amicable relationship, like, it takes a lot of work and it still takes work even now. And I think I've had to really work on releasing resentment, forgiveness, and really overall not having any like bad feelings about my ex. And I think if he does something, that upsets me or whatever, I try to work through those feelings. And then I also know that if I am getting upset by him, if I am getting triggered by him, it probably means that I need to reinstate my boundaries with him. And I think that's really important, that you have boundaries with the person that you're co-parenting with, so that everything's clear and so that you're not taking on those bad feelings ever. Because really, ultimately, if you're having negative thoughts about your ex, then that's really not going to be great for you or your kids. Like, you really need to find a sense of peace within your mind and within your heart to be able to have an amicable relationship that works for the dynamics of your family. And at the end of the day, they're still going to be your family, because if they are the dad or the mom of your kid, like, I know there might be some single dads watching, then you kind of have to have to understand that you're still going to be a family. Like, it's just a different dynamic. So like what I said, as I said, just a clear structure is really, really important. It's important for you and it's important for your kids. And then when you've got that clear structure, then you know where you're at. So when your kids are with their dad or with their mom, or however that works for you, then you know that that time when you're not with your kids is just for you. Like you've got that time for yourself. And so my second point is really self-care. Like it's so important if you're a single parent to take care of yourself and to fill your energy up. If you don't fill your energy up, then when your kids are with you and you're on your own with your kids, like you're doing it all by yourself, then you're going to just deplete yourself. And like I know I've felt like I've just got to a point where I'm like, I have no more energy. Like I just feel really, really depleted. So I've really had to work with my Ayurvedic doctor, for example, or like a nutritionist to just help me find ways to like fill up my energy. Because I know that when I am with my kids, like, and you, if you're a parent, you'll know this, like they just take all your energy. They just like take it all. Like you just have to be just sitting with them and they just absorb all your energy and you're left depleted. So if you're doing it on your own, and especially like I've got 2 kids, so it's like they just take everything. I really know that when I'm not with them, I need to like replenish myself. So self-care is really important. And obviously, those of you who know me will know like self-care has always been a big part of my life, but it's become even more imperative once I became a single parent. And what is self-care? So obviously for me, it's like doing my yoga, meditation, it could be journaling, it could just be resting. Like sometimes it's really like allowing myself to like sleep in, to rest when the kids aren't here so that I can just fill up my energy again, my energy levels. So that's really important that you, first of all, get that good structure with your ex so that you've got me time. And also actually just want to also say that I also know of certain people who don't even have the help from their ex. So if you don't have that, you've really got to try and source other ways of support, whether that's from other family members or from paid, like getting childminders in, or whatever it is, where you can at least once a week try and get some time for yourself to fill your cup up. Like that's really important that you do that. And then the other thing that I want to talk about is like when I'm on my own with my kids, like it will be a full-on day. Like it's you know, from the moment we wake up till we go to sleep, and even at night if they wake up in the night, like it's 24 hours, right, that I'm with them. And you know, there's no kind of gift, there's no gift. And especially in the summer holidays, because obviously there is no school, there's no nursery, so it's full on. I'm with them all the time. And obviously they have their time with their dad, which is great, and that's when I fill up my cup, as I said. But I think those days where you are just with them, you also need to factor in, and it's called like a third, and I don't know if you've heard of this concept, but I go to a mom's group and it's led by a psychotherapist, and she encourages you to implement a third. So this is if you have 1 kid. So if there's 1, 2 of you, then you need to bring in a third. And that could be, you know, doing a video call with somebody. It could be just going out and having a play day, or it could be even just putting the TV on. So I know for myself, like if I have a full-on day with my girls, that I will at some point put the TV on for them for half an hour, whatever it is, while I do the cooking, and then I might put on like a podcast or something. And that just gives me the opportunity to like just come out of like the mum space for a minute and just give myself, my brain, time to come out into something else. So implementing the third in that aspect, or in my case it's the fourth because I have 2 kids, is really important. That you just don't go like a whole day of just being in that space with just your kids all the time and not having any like adult communication or connection. I think it's important that you do that. And then going on from that, I think like what I really advocate, and a lot of you will know this, that it's really important to ground. So make sure you ground your energy. Like if you cut, like on the days when I have my girls and I can't get to like a yoga practice or a meditation practice, I will definitely make sure I ground. And you can ground your energy in so many different ways. You can do a meditation, you can walk out in nature, you can take the kids with you, and just ground your energy. Like make sure you do that first thing in the morning, so that you're not up here and you're not anxious and worried or all over the place. You're not making the wrong decisions, that you're staying grounded in your truth and grounded in being a pillar of strength for your kids. I think that's really, really important that you do that. And when you live by that, and when you do that, your kids will also be grounded too. And then they can make the right decisions and choices and things as they go through their life. And then I briefly spoke about this, but structure and routine is really important. Like if you have a good, clear structure with the person that you're co-parenting, but also good, clear structure with yourself and with your kids, that's going to help. But also you need flexibility. So obviously at the moment it's summer holidays. So to be honest, there is no like real structure and routine when it's summer holidays. And also I know that when my kids have been away with their dad, that when they come back, like their routine will be just different with him. And as much as I try to say, like, make sure you get them to bed on time and all of that kind of stuff, I just know it's going to be different to the way that I do things. So it does take me maybe like a couple of days or something to really get that structure back into place with them. But I know, like with my kids, they love the routine that I set for them. It just gives them a sense of comfort. And then it's also really great for me because I know where I stand. And that's obviously a lot easier when they are at school and nursery and there's that schedule and that routine. And finally, what I wanted to say is what's so important if you are a single parent is just to have full compassion for yourself. Because it might be a choice for you to be, like, you may have chosen to come out of a marriage or a relationship or a long-term relationship, but you don't really ever make the choice to be a single parent. And I think we have to just have really full compassion for that, and that it's really tough. It is a really difficult life, really, but it's also like when you can really find that inner sense of strength, that inner sense of truth and understanding for it and for yourself, and you can have full compassion and love, then you can move through things with a bit more ease, and things can feel a little bit lighter. Like, just don't beat yourself up about things. Don't beat yourself up about the decisions and choices sometimes that you might make as a single parent, because sometimes we can't always do things like how other people do things who are in a family, with two parents. It's just different, and you're just going to make like different choices. And you have to have full compassion for that, and just full compassion for yourself, and to just remind yourself every day that you are doing the best that you can, that this is tough, that you're amazing, and that you can just do this. And to also just make sure that you fill your cup with love. So wherever you're going to get that from, whoever you're going to get that from, whether it's your friends, your family, maybe it's even the people you work with, like wherever you get it from, like fill it up. Just fill your heart up with love, or whatever it's that you love to do and enjoy doing. Like do that for yourself. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share today, and thank you so much for watching and tuning in, and I will be back again next Sunday to talk about another subject. I'm not sure what I'm going to be talking about yet, but I'll be back on at 9 a.m. next Sunday, and I'd really appreciate it if you could just share this video, which I'm going to save onto my profile page and save on YouTube. But if you could share it with other people who are in this situation, because I feel like it's not spoken about and talked about. Like, I did not know what I was getting into when I became a single parent. I did not know the dynamics. I just had to figure it out as I went along. So I think people will find this really, really useful. But thank you everyone for joining in. Candy, Veena, Dilip, Dipan, Naya. There's so many of you. Priya, Phil, Kels Bells, thank you. Sending love, thank you so much. Thank you. and some really nice comments there at the end as well. So I really appreciate that. But sending you guys so much love and energy. Like, I just give you lots of energy. Like, my kids aren't here with me right now, so I've got energy to give. So sending you lots of energy to take you into the rest of your day and the week ahead. But take care, and I'll see you next week.